Hey, everybody. It is Peter and Sal here with the weekly wrap up. And I've got to say, sorry. Sal's just said to me, I feel like I've got black on my forehead, and I've actually just looked at her forehead and she does have black on her forehead. So,
I don't know what it
sorry,
is.
Sal, you too.
I don't know whether it's my room or what it is.
So here we are, ladies, with the weekly wrap up from the Strong Healthy Women wider community, and you're getting us totally real and sharing exactly what's going on. So before we get started, I picked a card out for today's Sal, and the card is: if it's difficult, scary, or out of your comfort zone, try it anyway.
There you go. I'm doing today with black on my forehead for some reason. So it's out of my comfort zone.
It is totally out of your comfort zone. I was looking at something the other day that we did, and I actually had green things stuck in my tooth.
It's interesting going through all these when we are going through our Facebook page and that sort of stuff, if we're looking for things. And I see these lives and I think, oh my goodness, where it's like starting and our facial expressions is just hilarious. So funny.
Oh, I know. It's hilarious. We've had a really interesting week though, Sel, this week, because they were really big, meaty topics. We on Monday we talked about the biggest challenges that people were sharing with us out of our free group, Women Over 50, Get Active and Healthy. There was, controlling weight during menopause. There was, finding motivation. The list just went on and on and on. And then from there, we moved into Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we talked about having checkups and why that is so important, because this year, what's happened is, for many of us, we had to cancel the appointments that we may already have had scheduled in because of COVID and what's been happening and the changes that were forced upon the medical profession. And it was really highlighted to us because we've had a few ladies who've been going through some battles in their life with some health concerns. And we thought, well, they were diligent. They were listening to their body. Their body told them that there was something going on. They were persistent. They went and got their checkups. And, it was found. They've had their treatment or they've had their operations, and they're now moving forward through that. And so it was one of those moments where we just went, yes, we need to talk about that. And then on Friday we talked about putting ourselves first and knowing that it's okay for us to be number one. Now, that is a big topic in itself, and it's not a natural thing for women to want to do. Well, they want to do it, but they just don't know how to go about doing it. And what happens is that all of those life's obstacles, all of those challenges that we have seem to take over from us putting ourselves first. So today, what we want to talk about, though, is those struggles that you might be having and how can you find motivation? How can you, find your way through that maze to take those forward moving steps to get some action happening? And we love Siona's post that she put up during the week. And it is definitely one way of being able to get help when there's a struggle going on, which is to reach out to your community, reach out to your support network, and really say, hey, this is what's going on. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what Siona happened to say, Sal?
I will bring it up because it was quite interesting when I was reading it. I thought, wow, that is just a huge level of accountability, and the fact
Mm,
that she has shared it, and the fact
yes.
that she, put it down in writing and put it down in paper.
Oh,
And,
yes.
so she essentially said that I feel in a state of flux at the moment. Changing to evening exercises is proving to be a challenge and making the time for
Mm,
it. Now, she is a morning workout lady, but,
hmm.
things changed at work, so her schedule has had to change, and she has gone on to say that she needs to take a serious look at the schedule and decide what she'll be doing when. She
Yeah.
definitely prefers the evening exercise, but she needs to figure out what works best. And she goes on to say, I'll
Mm,
keep playing with my schedule to see what works. Um, she wants to walk more, and so she was going to play around with it over the weekend and prepare a proper plan to trial. Um,
mm.
and we replied, loving the accountability, and you just keep tweaking your schedule until you find what works for you. And then she replied and said she's been going over all her options. She's journaled, which is wonderful.
Mm, lovely.
Um,
Hmm.
yes. And she said she'll get to a realistic time that will suit her and will be able to commit to her new schedule. So it's something that she's working on, which I love. I love that. She's put it in the group,
Mm,
Flex's community. So she's put it out there. More often than not, if we're struggling with that sort of thing, we won't reach out. We'll just sit in the background and
yeah.
we'll try and figure it out ourselves. Or we won't do it. We'll just stop. It's too hard and I don't know how to do it. But she's put that level of accountability in there, and she's put pen to paper, she's journaled on it, she's putting a plan in place because her life has changed.
Mm,
These
mm.
are
You
obstacles
know,
that life's throwing at her.
yeah, I love it so much that, and there are so many ladies in the Strong Healthy Women wider community who will just put it out there as to what is happening in their life. And that is someone saying, I need help with this. I need accountability with this. And that is the first step in anything. If you are struggling with something, if you want to change something, you need to find that group of people that you know that you're safe with, that you can reach out to, and that they're going to be there. They're not going to be judgy. They'll call you out if you need to be called out, but you know that they are going to say, okay, what can we do to help you? So I know
They
for
may have,
myself personally.
they may have a solution for you,
Oh,
because
totally.
we have such a big group of ladies together that, and we're always telling them to reach out, put it in the group, because what
Yeah.
you are going through right now, one of our clients more than likely has been through it or is going through it
Mm.
together. So it's something that you can, maybe work on together as well.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Look, I know for me personally, I'm a bit of a morning girl, but when I was working in the corporate world, I would be up super, super early, like I am now, but I would go into work because I was the general manager. I would get into work early before everybody else got there. So I was able to get a good couple of hours work done before everybody started to get in for the day. So it meant that, my day was organized and everything worked for me, which meant that I couldn't work out of a morning. I had to work out of an evening. But being in the role that I was in, there was always something that was going to happen. I had to be out of that door. So I was going to the gym, and the gym closed at 6. So I had to be out of that door at 5 to be able to get there to, be able to do a workout. Um, and so I actually, in one of our team meetings, just said, okay, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I walk out of this door at 5 o'clock. Unless it's death or maiming, please don't ask me anything. Please don't, it's just not going to happen. There were exceptions to the rule, but most of the time, the people around me honoured that and allowed me that opportunity to, make sure that those workouts happen for me, because workouts for me put me in a better frame of mind. And this is something that we talked about on Friday Cell, where I was talking about Grumpy Peter and Happy Peter, and workouts, walking, it doesn't matter, whatever physical movement you're doing, it gets your happy endorphins going. It will put you in a better frame of mind. And so it is so important for us to be able to tip that scale so that we are feeling happier in ourselves. And exercise is just the number one thing that we can do. How do you feel after your exercise, Sal?
Well, you don't walk out. You don't ever walk out of an exercise angry or grumpy or thinking that was the worst exercise session I've ever done. That's the worst workout I've ever done. You always walk out feeling good. Even if you didn't want to be there, you always walk out feeling good. There are days when you don't want to do it.
Yeah, and speaking about not wanting to be there, I do want to give a shout out to Julie and Sal, our insiders, a couple of our insiders, because we do our Friday Connect session, and what happened was you could just feel the energy level was just very depleted. And they both got on and they both said exactly the same thing. I was sitting there going, I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to get in. And something inside of them said, yep, no, I'm going to do it. And when they got on, they were able to say, I just didn't want to be here. But now that I'm here and I'm able to express myself and how I'm feeling, because they're having some health issues, and, that's just getting on top of them. It can weigh on you. When you've got some issues going on and you normally work out and you've been told that you're not allowed to use your shoulders to do anything, then it stops you in not just, your workout, but it stops you in your day-to-day life, and it becomes very frustrating, and that affects us mentally as well too. And so, they're just feeling it, and so they've had that opportunity to be able to express themselves, and you can tell that their energy was a lot lighter by the time we finished talking as well.
Yes. And shout out to Tanya. She came to us from the beach.
Oh,
she went away for a weekend, and yeah.
She said, I'm not going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was funny because she did actually tell us, okay, I'm not going to be there. I'm going away for a girls' weekend. And we said, okay, cool. And next thing, I've got Tanya. What are you doing? And they're out walking on the beach. So we had this opportunity to experience this beautiful beach in South Australia with her and her girlfriends. And it was just wonderful to be able to be transported to somewhere different and not actually physically be there. It certainly made me feel like I was walking on the beach with her. Did you feel like that, Sal?
I did. I wished I was there.
Oh dear. So
yes.
Yeah, it was lovely, and that just goes to show how much she values being in that group and participating in and just connecting with the other ladies who are taking the same steps forward in regards to their health and their well-being. So Tanya is this close to, knocking over that 10 kilo mark in a loss.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure that she's going to do that this week. So no pressure, Tanya, or anything like that.
No pressure at all.
No. And I want to give a shout out, actually, while I'm thinking about it, to Justine. She's a
Yes.
quiet achiever, isn't she?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
The little
She's
ninja
had
in the corner.
she's a ninja in the corner. That's exactly right. She's had this amazing decrease in her body fat. You can see how her shape has totally changed, and she's just whittling away at it just week after week after week, and she's just checked in before, and I could see that, there's that little tiny, 400 grams. But guess what, ladies? 400 grams just keeps adding up and adding up and adding up. And because she's strength training with it, she's building her muscle, she's maintaining a muscle, which means, what she's losing is fat from her body. It's not muscle. And of course, what can happen is when we're on a weight loss journey, we can so often lose muscle because we're
Yes.
not doing that strength component of it.
Yes. And the thing to remember too is we need to celebrate those victories that have
Oh,
absolutely nothing to do with a number. We need to celebrate those
yeah.
victories, So it could be that pair of pants is fitting better, a shirt's fitting better. It could even be in your
Mm,
workout, you're getting out extra reps, you've gone up in weight, in your weights, in your dumbbells, you're going lower in your squats, lower in your push-ups. They're the things that you need to
yeah.
celebrate as well, and not just keep that focus on the numbers that we write down.
No, that's right. And I think, Sal, that we find that in the Strong Healthy Women community, that for ladies over the age of 50, that even though they might want to lose weight and they might want to get fitter, they're not so much focused on, the hard, rock hard abs, or, the tight glutes. They're really focused on how their health and their fitness is going to support them in that long term. So now and in the future. And they come to that realization. I think that magic number is, around that 40, 45 mark, when the kids are starting to get that little bit older. And what happens is we look at it and we go, you know what? I've been busy doing every single thing for all of these kids. Now it's time for me to focus on me. And that's when we do start to put ourselves first. But that's when we also need to look at the schedule, like Siona's doing, and going, okay, where am I going to fit this in to my daily life? Now, the other thing that I would say to Siona as well too, Sal, and I know that you've shared this on many occasions too, is that treat it like an appointment with your doctor or your dentist or anybody else that you wouldn't give up on, that it is there and you will do it.
Yes. And you'll
Yeah.
tick it off. You've been to that appointment. Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
as I've always said, you won't cancel a dentist appointment, you won't cancel a doctor's appointment if you need an X-ray or anything else. You wouldn't cancel it, so put it in as an appointment. And don't cancel on it. Don't have the mindset, oh, well, it's just my workout, I've just changed a different time. Treat it as being as important as that doctor's appointment.
Well, it is just important, Sal, because it is your time. It is your time for you. Nobody else. It is all about you. And you deserve that time, because that time that you spend working out on yourself and working out for yourself means that you feel better now, but you also, it's adding value to the life that you're going to have in the future.
Yes. Yes.
So one of the things that I was thinking about during the last few days has been flexibility. And I know that, for many of us now at this age, we have these aches and pains. And that can restrict movement. It can also mean that we start to favor different areas. Now, it's one of the things that I noticed, and you and I were talking about it. You had that little limp going, which means you're favoring that other area. So what's really important is to make sure that you're stretching as much as you can do, to help the recovery, and to make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on the other side of your body that's carrying the weight of it as well. And one of the things that was highlighted to me was I've been very, very diligent in doing a few more yoga sessions, so actually yoga classes, during the course of the week, because I know that my flexibility has declined. I'm still very, very flexible for a woman who's almost 60, but I'm not as flexible as I would like to be. So here's the thing about flexibility, is that it's never too late. You can actually start today, and it is just a matter of starting with a couple of stretches, like right now. And so one of the things you can do, if you're sitting here watching us, is you can do this with me too, Sel. We can, move forward onto our seat, and then what we do is we give a big, big hug out in front of us. And what that does is just stretches out that back. And we're giving you a virtual hug at the same time, ladies. And then what you do is you bring your hands to the back of your chair, and then you push your chest out, and you look up to the sky. Oh, yeah. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Yeah. How good is that? No, don't forget to breathe. And so, just you can let it go now, Sal, if you like. And so, just a couple of simple stretches will help you get that flexibility, improving in your body as well too. I mean, I had the pleasure of going and watching at my granddaughter, one of my grandkids, at her. It was a dance thing, but she does. I don't know the technical name of it, but so she does this gymnastics dance routine, tumbling thing, whatever they call it. I don't know. So energetic, so they dance to music, and then they flip over, and then they come back and they do, these crab moves, and, they lift their hands up out of the sky and do these funny little things. But I look at that and I go, oh my goodness. And I know that Olivia was that little girl. So you're Olivia, who is now 15, 16?
Yeah,
16. I forgot she had a birthday. 16.
Yeah.
16. Okay. So here we're talking about Asha, who's 6. So we've got a 6-year-old and a 16-year-old. So this was Olivia. Now Olivia cannot do some of those things that she could do at 6 years old, because our flexibility is declining from puberty onwards.
Yes.
So it's not too late for Olivia. And, if I could give her any piece of advice right now, it would be to start doing it. So just keep doing the thing that she doesn't like to do, the thing that's a struggle, do it. Because if she does it.
Yeah, she started back about a month ago with Carly. So they're back doing the tumbling now. So,
oh, beautiful.
Yes, but the thing too is, it's not just that she lost her flexibility, or she was losing her flexibility. The fear was creeping in. So she was in the backyard, practicing her tumbles and that sort of thing, and there was hesitation, and she would run up to that point where there might have been a flip or a back flip or whatever, and she'd stop. So that fear with her age has started creeping into her life as well.
Yeah, it's like it's those internal messages of I can't do it, I'm not good enough, what if I fail? All of those things start to happen as well too. And one of the significant differences here that we do tend to forget about too, Sal, is we're only tiny at that stage. We do put on a few kilos over the years, so we do get heavier, and that's what's supposed to happen as we grow. So, carrying those extra kilos makes it that little bit harder to do as well. So, she just keeps at it. And I know for me, I've gone, okay, I need to be doing this more regularly to improve that flexibility, because I want to stay really, really flexible. And I want to improve. I want to be better than what I was. And so that's one of the things that I've written down as one of my goals moving into 2021, is to be more flexible and to be more diligent with, the stretching component of what I do.
Yes.
So,
yeah. One shout out I do want to give quickly, when you were talking about on our chair, and we spoke about this during the week, we often just touch base with our clients that are not so much in the virtual studio, but we know that they're at home working out.
Yes.
3 times a week. So we touch base with one of our clients, Teresa, and we're having a lovely chat. And then she says to me, "Can you hear me puffing?" And I said, "No, why?" And she goes, "I've been sitting here doing knee lifts while we've been chatting." And I thought, that's just so wonderful. And she said, I know, I have to keep moving. I have to keep moving during my day. And so good for you, Teresa. I love that you add those into your day.
I did actually share that somewhere or other, that we did put up a little bit of a post about it. There was a little bit of a thing there, but if you do need to concentrate on that phone call, don't start exercising while you're concentrating on the phone call. But you can definitely walk. You can walk up and down a flat surface. Don't go walking outside where it's uneven that you're going to fall over because you're not concentrating on one thing or the other. So, you got to stay safe while you're doing these things as well. So that's what's really, really important. So,
yes.
The other thing that one of the posts there's been 2 posts that have been really hit up in women over 50 as well too. One of them was, are you feeling a little stressed? Try this out. And so my suggestion was to put a plant next on your desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because plants are so good to help us alleviate some of that stress that we might be feeling. They also make us feel a little bit happy as well too. And so, there you go, self-sharing the plant.
I'm sharing my plant. So I did get a cactus because I'm less likely to kill it. And I only put water in it maybe once a month, and he just sits on my windowsill. I do have 2, and then I have another one. I don't know if you can see it behind. No, I'll go this way.
No, I could.
Yes. So.
Well, you can't see mine.
I water him probably once a month, and he's growing wonderfully.
I have an orchid. So, Sal, orchids don't need a lot of water, love, and they flower. So there you go. Hot tip for you. Yes. You get an orchid. So plants will help you with a little bit of stress as well too. So that, and it's been wonderful seeing all the pictures come up of people sharing their plants in their not just their office. We're seeing plants all over the house as well too. Yeah. And then the other one that's being hit up is we're seeing photos. I said, okay, what is the last photo of food that you took on your phone? Share it here. And hasn't that been an interesting thing to see?
Yes.
We've got,
I don't have any.
I don't know, martinis and Tapas and that someone who's just tried a new recipe. So we've been seeing lots and lots of pics. I take pictures of food all the time, Sal.
Wonderful, yeah. I think my last food photo was the 28-day challenge. And I did.
It was.
I can't remember what recipe it was, but yes, I was quite proud. I cooked. My kids were quite proud too.
They were quite happy that they got fed. Yeah. All right, ladies, that is us for the weekly wrap up. We want to give those shout outs again to Tanya, Sel, Julie, Siona, Teresa. We want to send love and kisses to those ladies who are going through some health issues at the moment. You know who you are. So, take care. We can see how you're improving. We can see that you're even back in the studio with us, taking it nice and steady and slow. And we love your mental game, your mental thoughts, as well as, how you're just being action takers and keep moving forward. Such an inspiration to everybody. And so if we could leave you with any takeaway today, Sel, what would be your hot tip for today?
My hot tip, book your appointment, book your workouts in. Take the lead from Siona, and she's shuffling her schedule around to make it work for her, because she knows how important it is to her. It's her priority. So
yeah, totally. My hot tip for today, ladies, is to find the group that is going to help you live that life that you want to lead. So whether it's your local book club, whether it's your local gym, whether it's your morning tea group, it doesn't matter who it is. But we have a group here called Women Over 50 Get Active and Healthy as well too. Sorry?
I went, Women Over 50 Get Active and Healthy.
Yeah. So we do have a group called Women Over 50 Get Active and Healthy. So if you're looking for some level of accountability and support, then all you need to do is click on the link that we've put in there today so that you can come and join us. And we will be back next week on Monday. That's tomorrow already. And we are talking about finishing strong. And we have put a challenge out for the month of November for the ladies in the group to hit 15,000 steps 3 days a week. Now, some ladies are just starting out and they're hitting, their 5,000, but they're being consistent, and that's what's important. We also, during the week, gave them a bit of a tip on how to get a few more steps in and how to burn a little bit of body fat by doing the 8-12 movement. So, you'll find all of those things when you come and join us in the group anyway. Yes. Thanks for joining me today, Sel.
Thanks for having me, as always, Peter. Have a wonderful day out there, everybody. A lovely Sunday.
Take care, everybody, and we shall see you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you all.
Bye.
Bye. See you, Sel.
Bye, Peter.